Mm.
Auntie, may I have a question? Did you get who is this? This meeting is being live streamed. Okay, whatever.
Oh, wait a
Um,
minute. I'm sorry. This is me. Just signing on, Sister Karen. How's everybody doing? Praise the
Hey,
Lord.
hey,
I
Sister Karen, did
I
you
might have
all
hit the
receive
wrong
the
button.
message from me? Did you all get on with the old way? I'm trying to make sure everything is going good again.
I got a new message, and I'm gonna go on mute.
Okay. Auntie May,
Okay.
how about you?
I'm good.
Okay,
How you
so you
ladies
got,
doing? Ladies and gentlemen doing?
but my question is, did you get the message from me or you got on with an old one?
I got on with the old one that my nephew sent me.
Okay, okay. All righty.
Hmm
I'm just trying to make sure, because for some reason, me and Teal be having a little sending a receiving problem.
Okay.
So
hmm
I'm trying to make sure with all these different high tech that they evil trying to get in.
Okay. I hear you.
you want to start out? I know Terry, you being late with open up with prayer. We are live now.
Oh, okay. Father God, in the mighty name of Jesus, we thank you for a time such as this that you set aside for us to come together, to learn, to teach, to listen, and to hear with our ears, but listen with our heart, Father God. So we thank you for all that's going to come forth today. And we know that it's being led and guided by you. In the name of Jesus, we thank you, we praise you, we lift you up. Amen.
Amen.
All right, excellent, excellent. All right, good. We just so y'all remember we talked about this a month ago. So the summit is tomorrow. So the fourth Friday is the one that we'll go live for the first hour, 30 minutes or an hour, whatever we decide. But we'll make sure the rest we can get back to our normal sales. So that's the format every fourth Friday, which is today. We go have this is sort of like our marketing, so people would know what real stuff happens on the Friday senior calls. So thank you.
hmm
All right. So Terry, you want to kick off with your questions that you had? Because
That
you know I
is
always
not
start out like what's
that
happening
is not
in
fair.
Chicago. No,
I should
because
not
we
have
talked
given
already.
him
No,
I
I
should not
already
have given him heads up, you
no,
all.
no, but we was gonna talk about the Bear Stadium anyway, so that just
Okay,
matches with
good.
what you already had. So yeah.
Yeah, so we gonna run the court with that. So come on, y'all. How y'all feel about that?
What
Um,
was that again? Would you say that Bear Stadium?
where
Yep.
they're moving, where they're deciding to move to, and they
hmm
just kick Chicago out totally.
First of all, why do they want to move?
It's a lot of
Well,
reasons, but the
I
lease is
say
almost
because
up.
there's a black mayor and a governor they don't like. That's my opinion.
No,
hmm
no, no, no,
Okay.
no. They lease is up, and y'all remember the history there is the park district owns the stadium, and so here I'm paying money for something I don't own. It's like leasing a car versus at least paying a car note that you go own it. And so now they get to be in a position where they own the land in Arlington. I'm a fan of them coming to Hammond, Indiana. I think going to Arlington will cause a lot of black people to get pulled over by the police department that haven't shown themselves allies to our community. So that's how I
hmm
see Arlington. If blacks go out there tailgating, drinking, I think they'll be pulled over more than others as soon as they leave the
hmm
stadium environment. So I'm opposed to Arlington all day.
More than
hmm
the Klan state of Indiana.
But the key, Northwest Indiana, is where you got a melting pot. It's more black and brown than Northwest Indiana. It's when you get down outside Northwest Indiana that you got to deal with that 80% white, you know.
Okay, because I'm just learning you all for real, how large Indiana is. I just wasn't thinking as being a state of its own.
Well,
hmm
Now I
Indiana
know.
not large. It's long, not large because it's like you guys are 12 million. This place here is half of that. So you guys
hmm
are long just like we're long, but you got more people.
hmm Hmm. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
Well,
Well, if you put it like, okay, because I thought Gary was it. That of course.
No, no, that's what's crazy. It's two counties where it's not majority white. That's where Gary is, Lake County, and Marion County, which is where Indianapolis is. Those are the only two places. Everything else is lily red.
What about Hammond?
Okay.
Hammond, Indiana, because I worked with quite a few people that lived in Hammond, Indiana, and drove to Chicago to work.
No, that's Northwest Indiana. That's what I'm saying. So that's the county, Lake County. So that's Hammond, Hobart, Lake Station. That's all of that is the county. And so that's where we are at in this county and Indianapolis. That's the two places where we at. Other than that, it's all like mainly white.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm gonna say this because that's why it was on my list to talk about. I think it's real embarrassing.
Well, you just died outside. You died out.
Yeah,
I can't hear you.
Yeah,
Okay.
somebody was just trying to call. Let me mute my phone.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. Let me mute so can't nobody do that while we're
Okay.
recording.
Mm.
All right, cool. So that's what I was going to say. For yesterday, I watched Governor Pritzker have a discussion on the internet. Well, it was on TV, but I saw it on the internet. And for the most part, for him to dissect how the process works to someone he know the process, I thought that was a split in the Democratic process, Democratic Party, because here's the governor possibly running for president, pretty much saying the mayor should know the legislative process, and I want to walk through that with you guys so y'all would know it too. So whenever the new year starts, which is mainly July 1st, that's when they end the fiscal year and they start creating what the new budget looks like every year. This is an every year process. And so with the new budget, everyone get their proposals in. So, hey, I want this, I want that. And so ultimately the legislature is the ones that put all the priorities together. The governor will create his version of it. And then they got 6 months to play with what they go add, what they go take out. So that's, you talking about November is kind of I believe the deadline the governor was saying. So he said, Brandon Johnson, know the process. For him to come now in May and say he want to do X, Y, and Z for the Bears, he's supposed to have been there in November because once the governor submitted his budget, then they got 5 or 6 months to digest and come up with counter proposals and so forth. So for him to explain that on camera, he was pretty much saying in so many words that the mayor don't know the process, which I know he do. So it was like really showing that they're not in agreement right now. And to put that publicly, I thought was like embarrassing to me. And I'm not even a Democrat like that. But what did y'all get out of that?
Well, first of all, you know how I feel about pink folk when they get to trying to outthink us, act like they're more educated than we are, and most of them do not have that common sense or the wisdom. So it's something to me in the beginning with Pritzker and the black mayor. I don't know if he's ever going to admit what it is, besides stating I only like certain blacks, but then again, he got rid of the black lady, right? The governor did. And put that other
state
lady in there.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, with me, trying to hear well, not everything, but most everything that I hear and trying to put it together, it gets to the point I get angry and then I get the I don't care attitude. So that's where I stand.
But so answer the question though, do you think that would did you know that process? That's how it goes in government, if you want something, you got to get it into the budget. So that starts way before now, which is the end of the year.
I mean, definitely being in finance over 40 years, I definitely know that part. I'm sorry I didn't answer that. But I guess I was getting to what I thought was the meat of it. But
Right. Your part.
yeah,
I got you.
because we all had a budget. I mean, even when we look at what the government does, is supposedly with the dollar bill, this go here, that go there, and all that kind of stuff, which I know that has to have changed from now. They got to go more than a dollar bill now. But it is the point what happened still that the mayor knowing you got a budget at home. You know what I'm saying? So why you don't why you didn't go there? You know, or what happened on the governor's end? That's what I'm saying. I don't really know what might have happened.
But your feeling is that the governor wanted to sabotage the mayor anyway. That's what I'm getting out of what your thought process is. Is that
Yes.
accurate? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Yeah.
Because
All right. I
I
got
mean, did he go up against was he in that one
of course
what
not.
they got? Yeah, that pink man, that pink
Of course
person.
not.
Okay.
Of course not.
And all them hands tied when it come to us, and I don't know what goes on down there behind those closed doors.
No, we respect that. Who else got perspective on this fallout, the Bears fallout?
I'm gonna step in just for a minute because I want to make
go
a
ahead.
comment on that. I was embarrassed when I saw the mayor saying, "Oh, and Chicago wants to be in it," because the Bears here clearly stated it's over. It's only between Arlington Heights and Wolf Lake, and I would prefer to stay in Illinois. Sorry about that, brother side, because I'm not feeling Indiana, not the people. But didn't the Klan start in Indiana? And they still have Klan
Not in Northwest
Indiana.
Indiana, Karen. Not Northwest Indiana. There's a difference now.
I'm not feeling
And
Indiana.
I agree with you, Karen. I prefer they stay in Illinois. They are the Chicago Bears, period.
Right. If they want to
Thank
hold
y'all.
the name, stay in Illinois. Now,
Thank y'all for being on Terry's team. I might have not came out and out saying, because y'all know I be cutting up that wedding cake from layer to layer. And I apologize, y'all, because sometimes I go around and don't really get to the actual point, or the question. But I'm in agreement with you, Sister Karen, Auntie May. I'm just in agreement. I ain't trying. Look, y'all gonna call yourselves Chicago, Indiana Bears. What y'all gonna call yourselves?
And then it boils down to this. It all has to do with politics and money, period. That's all it is.
We're gonna see if y'all feel like that. Go ahead, Karen. Finish your point. I'm gonna see if y'all keep feeling like that when I break some more stuff down. Go ahead.
I think the mayor, he had made his decision. I'm not going to get, because I believe, and I'm not trying to be insulting, even though that's not my favorite mayor. I'm not trying to be insulting. I think he was looking at it from a poverty point of view. We are not giving these billionaires any money. We're not paying for their stadium. And I could relate to that. But then in business, I'm not a business person. You have to look at it from a different perspective. I think he was educated later on. And I think he understood you finna lose a whole lot of money playing hardball with this team. And I think he kind of came around, but he came around too late. He came around too late. Yeah.
Well, who is this slim white guy that act like Illinois is still in the running? Yeah, I know who I can't think of his name, but he was on the news yesterday like as if it was still on the table for Illinois.
Illinois still is in the running. Illinois is. Chicago isn't. Illinois is.
Right.
But y'all know when I say Illinois, I'm talking about Chicago. I ain't thinking about nobody.
Okay.
Chicago, Illinois. Chicago, Illinois.
What?
Chicago Bears. I don't care, because I'm going to look at the point of all of you all that pay that kind of money for those tickets, the seasonal tickets and all that. That's what I'm looking at on a business part. What y'all done got free all these years. And I ain't trying to put no more money in the billionaire's pocket. I'm with that part.
I think that, but watch this, y'all. Here's the reality. New York Giants and the New York Jets play in New Jersey. Did y'all know that? The football team, they play in New Jersey. They play across the river, Hudson River. They play in New Jersey. They're still called New York Giants and New York Jets. Did y'all know that?
I don't follow the sports side, so forgive me.
But I'm saying that
Well,
so they don't have to change their name, is what I'm saying. You still could be the Chicago Bears playing in Gary, Indiana, or in this case,
no,
Hammond, Indiana.
Okay. Okay.
absolutely
Okay.
not.
No, I just
No.
gave you two examples. No, this is
I,
happening. This
I
has been
know,
happening.
but when
Right.
I go on the East Coast, y'all, all I see is New York. I'm telling y'all, I almost don't see Philadelphia. It's just New York, the ferry, all that kind of stuff. That's the only
And they
movies
play in
they make
they
is
play
in
in
New
New
York.
Jersey though. Yeah. No, but
Okay.
but you get
But
the
they
point
still
though.
got
You don't
they still got
have to
New
change your name. You don't have to.
Right.
That's
They
my
don't
point. You
have to
don't
change
legally
their
have
name.
to.
We
Right. They
know
don't
that
have
they
to.
don't, but we would still say that's like blasphemy. You ain't Chicago, but
Yes.
But look at Arlington. Think about what's going to happen if they go to Arlington. Tailgating is a big part of football. Tailgating, you're drinking. Like that's a big part of Budweiser. Like that's what you do. Can you
And most
imagine
of the
what's going to
ones that
happen
they
when we're out
show
there
is
tailgating?
most of the ones they show tailgating is them pink folk.
Well, no, but
So
trust me,
if
we're
they
out
pull
there.
over
No,
tailgating white black, then they gonna have a problem. That's it.
or they're
Call
gonna have
okay.
to stay in the
Johnny.
hotel. If you tailgate in the middle of the night out there, you will not be allowed to drink and drive. You already know you don't get the same laws and rules. You have to
Right.
stay in the hotel in Arlington Heights. They're gonna
Now,
make
You
a
know,
whole lot
and
more
so
money.
and they'll probably bother them even at the hotel. You know what I'm saying? Y'all
so
know
all
what
right.
I'm
So that was
saying.
just one point. That was just one point. Here's the other point. Northwest Indiana, Hammond in particular, is literally you can walk from Chicago to Hammond. You can. It's
Okay.
that close, y'all. You going to
Really?
Arlington, you ain't walking from downtown
Uh-huh.
Chicago. You ain't walking. You ain't walking from the Austin, which is the border for Oak Park. You ain't walking from the border, west border to Arlington Heights. You can walk from the southeast side to Hammond.
I give you that, brother side. It would be so much closer to my house. And it's beautiful out there on Wolf Lake, but I do not believe those people are black friendly. I do not. I've driven out there more than once, and those people, even though it's you surround it all, but they not black friendly.
So let me answer that, Karen. You're accurate. You're accurate about that. But I would say this: they have much more touch base. I bet you they got more black friends than Arlington people do. They around blacks. It's a Hispanic black area, especially Whiting and East Chicago. So you got more touch points. People can say, "Oh yeah, my black friend." Than out in Arlington. Out in Arlington, you gonna have one spectacle. You gonna have one dot. You know what I mean? For every 1,000 people. And then you got Gary who can back you up. Go your butt out there to Arlington Heights, get in trouble. They'll get us going out there to help you. You know what I mean? You get in trouble in Wolf Lake, you got all of Gary coming to help you, you know?
You just include the Latinos with us.
Yeah,
I think he
because
should move that.
it is. East Chicago is a coalition. Yeah, they
But
roll with us.
it's a white Latino coalition, brother side. It's not a black Latino coalition. That's a
But
white. That's a white
no,
Latino.
right. But they work together in the steel mill. I'm just saying, when I think about where they're gonna move to out there, you see the board meetings, all white. They worried about the traffic and all that. So you get out there, you do anything that's upsetting them, it's 90% white. Like that's the reality. When you lease with Nova, it's a mixture. They probably 40%, and then the rest is gonna be Hispanic and black. So I'm just saying that the odds are different. And guess what? When you go to Arlington, you're gonna pay your 10% tax. You come to Hammond, you're gonna pay 7% tax. You already come across the border for your cigarettes. You always come across the border for your gas. You paying the same high gas taxation, all of that. So from a business standpoint, y'all, I'm rolling. And I didn't even want it in Hammond. I wanted it in Gary, but it's still a business friendly state. So what do y'all think now? Anybody change their mind?
No.
No. And I went to training a couple of times in Arlington, and those people were friendly. I'm not a man. It might be a little bit different, but they were friendly in Arlington.
Who said that? You saw that?
I've been there a couple of times.
Hold on. Let me go to my tracker so I can see. Keep talking. I'm gonna look at something.
Now he said his tracker. Okay,
you know he got all the statistics now. Brother, I got the statistics.
I'm finna see something,
Now
Karen.
I was on business. I wasn't cutting up, and another lady was with me. We were not cutting up, and it was such a long drive to get back to Chicago during rush hour. I think that's going to be the negative part. But those people out there, they have weight too. So they're going to lobby. They say, we're going to make concessions. And that's why I say I think our mayor was coming from a poverty point of view. All these poor people in Chicago, we can't afford to pay you. Now, Arlington's not coming from that point of view. They're saying, hey, we'd be glad to have this extra entertainment and maybe they can help us. We certainly will make concessions for them. People who own businesses, yes, they want this extra revenue down there. And the mayor just didn't see it like that at first. And now he's trying to revive it. Hey, Chicago's in the running. Chicago is not in the running. It's over. I mean, you could put it in the atmosphere, put it in the news media. Chicago's in the running, but literally, Chicago's no longer in the running. I wish they would stay there. But then somebody said the Bears still owe Chicago money for the repairs on the stadium. Hey, he should tie that in there. You can't move till you pay this money. Can't
it's too late. You can't do that. The contract, you can't fix the contract.
Can't you change contracts?
What? So if you owe me some money just because you moved, I can't find you for you to pay me my money.
But when you get into that agreement, you work that out.
But that I don't care what you contracted with somebody else. You owe me some money.
Right.
But you tore up my field.
Right. And we extended it because you lived here. But if you move from here, pay me before you move. Pay me.
And I'm going to turn into a loan shark too. I'm going to add 50%, 75%. What that is, what the loan shark do, interest. So y'all know what I'm talking about, them loan sharks be doing.
So
add some more money to
it. Look at this, y'all. The median income for them is $116,000, meaning that half of them make $232,000 and the other half make $116,000. Like that is that lets you know them some affluent people out there. 75% white, 10% Asian. So that's a white and Asian town out there. 85% is white and Asian.
Yeah.
And so they ain't got no crime. So they police sitting around with nothing to do. So you better believe. And then they mad about them coming too. So they go make sure you don't come and disrespect their neighborhood. So I personally think they move out there. The blacks go look at them differently. That's black men in particular.
Mm-hmm. Like they did that black mayor of Robbins, huh?
But he was wrong. He knew he was wrong.
What did he do?
Huh? Well,
what did he do?
He was drunk for one, and about he don't want to submit, which that's your right to not submit, but you got to pay the price for that. You don't want to submit to the breathalyzer, you know?
Well, I know one thing, they need to tell me why they stopping me. I don't think that should be a choice. I need to know right off the bat why you stopping me, whether you pink or black.
No. You're right about that, but I would just say you can fight that in the court. You can fight that later. Because the bottom line is they're not going to let you get away. I just say that. Even if they put trumped up charges on you, you're not getting away.
Okay,
So
was he drunk and ran a stop sign, or did he just run a stop sign? Which way? I didn't hear about the drunk part. I just know he was in the gas station and they came up on him.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I was just watching a mayor, I want to say he was in the middle of the expressway on the west side. I think it was Mayweather Bellwood. And he was saying, I'm not drunk, but you're in the middle of the expressway. Like, man, you can't say I'm not drunk and you're in the middle of the expressway. Like those two things just don't go together, you know? And they was trying to negotiate with him and he was saying, I'm the mayor and I'm this and I'm that. I'm like, wow, you're not gonna win.
Was he actually drunk or was he having a medical issue?
Yeah, and I think you're right. That's the other outlet. And they were sensitive to that. They said, are you on any medication? No, I'm not on no medicine. Then how do you explain this then, man? Like what you want us to do here? And he like, They like, he was saying, we could do this. He said, listen, we in the middle expressway. You're putting all of our lives at risk. Like everybody's life is at risk with these cars going 60, you know? And the guy was still trying to talk and negotiate. And the female cop said, you feel more comfortable getting in my car? He said, yeah. So I think that's how.
Oh, you talking about a different one. You talking about a different story,
yeah,
right?
yeah, this is the west side. Yeah, this is west side.
Oh, because I know the mayor was saying, you don't know who I am. I said, oh, here we go. Who are you? And when he said the mayor Robbins, I was like, I wouldn't even brag about that from the way Robbins looked. But anyway, that's something else, y'all.
Oh man, look, this was May 15th, 2022. It just came up on YouTube though, so I just saw it 2 years, 5 years later, 4 years later.
Okay.
Yeah, it happened at 1:30 in the morning. Nathaniel George Booker, they showed him in the middle of the expressway, like, come on, dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, when you're wrong, you're wrong. I don't care who you are, you know,
exactly.
for real. But I still did not know what they kept saying. The police don't have to tell you why they stopped you. That's the problem now for us of blacks.
Yeah. No, it's definitely, you need to know. So I never give them a pass on that. But let me tell y'all what really, it pained my spirit, y'all. And let me put this up so y'all can see it. A mother got a call from Venezuela saying her son, where she could find her son dead at. Y'all heard about that?
No.
Wait, say that again, son. Say it again.
A mother got a call from Venezuela, called her phone and said your son can be found on 68th and Perry.
Wow.
68th and Perry. They
I
went
didn't
to
hear that. Was that on the news?
Oh, heck yeah. Oh, yeah.
I don't. Okay,
deal.
I don't recall hearing that one. Okay.
Yeah. They went there, and sure enough, he was bound, hands, feet, in the bathtub, shot to death.
He was
Was this had to do with drugs?
I just say it this way: that ain't normal. How about that?
Yeah. Okay.
That ain't normal.
Was the son black or was the son Venezuelan?
He Venezuelan. I don't know, but I don't. Yeah, I would bet 80% my credibility that he's Venezuelan. Yeah, but here's my issue. This is our block, y'all. 68th and Perry. That's where they found him at. They kidnapped him from 71st in Michigan playing basketball. So both black neighborhoods. This is my issue. Both black neighborhoods. 71st in Michigan. That's the heart of our stable blacks back in the day, anyway. And because of the democratic policies of sanctuary, now you got a Venezuelan person in Venezuela calling about a black neighborhood. Like, that's my issue, is we got our own problems already. And now we got to worry about, 1,000 miles away, also knowing what's happening in Village 2125. So I just really had to take a moment and just digest all of that. Yeah. Because it made my heart, for one, condolences, but what were you doing? What was happening that this happened? Like, to kidnap you? Now we got people in the daylight kidnapping people. Like, what's y'all feeling with this?
Good afternoon. I'd like to know, number one, how old was the boy? Man.
18.
Okay, he was an older guy. And so we are assuming that he took the boy's phone and saw where, and called his mother from the boy's phone. Well, no.
No, someone from Venezuela called.
How did they get the number to her?
That's why I say it's some organized stuff happening. Organized, meaning that cartel type stuff, something, because how did someone all the way 1,000 miles away know how to get in touch with the mom and tell her to go check?
But it's just like but it may not. He might have been in here, because wherever you get by your phone from, whatever your number is registered, that's the number that's going to show up. They could have well been in America.
Could be. Yeah.
I just thought about that because my grandson, he's in Florida, but his phone is Indiana.
Yeah. I mean, could be. Yeah. Yeah. But the fact that I'm saying these were black neighborhoods. So when black women come up missing, we know that black people not going to be in white neighborhoods getting away with stuff. They call police because they look suspicious. Now that changes it. So now you could be in Venezuela, you could be in Mexico, because our neighborhoods are no longer, like it was. So it's a bigger threat that we don't have reach.
Let me ask this question. When you talk about Black people coming up missing and what have you, whatever happened to the Bradley girls? Remember those little girls?
Oh, they haven't found them.
Still
They
missing.
still haven't found them.
They
Okay,
grown.
all this time. Okay,
Yep.
I don't know.
Yep.
I think her mother sold them. To be honest with you, that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
Well, with Epstein Island, I hope y'all know the problem. Epstein Island had concrete trucks. There's no reason for concrete trucks, cement trucks. So that makes me wonder if there's anything in the ground in Epstein Island.
What you
And they
mean
should figure
Epstein
that-
Island had concrete trucks? Concrete trucks to do what?
Let me just get this in here.
That's
I
what
don't
I'm
agree
curious about.
that the mother sold her children. Let me put that in there since we all on the conversation. I don't agree that that mother sold her children.
I hope not. I'm with you. I hope that's not
Well,
the
I hope
case.
not.
Well,
But the
for
mother
one
was
thing,
the mother was on drugs. She was all the way
Drugs, right.
out there. So I don't put
but
nothing past her.
remember their father was not Black, you all. He was actually from another country.
Okay.
I don't
So that
remember
was
that.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, that was when it first was reported. And if you watch the movie, they made a movie out of it as well.
Oh, they did?
I didn't
Yes.
see that either.
Oh my God.
I didn't see the movie.
Yes.
Because
Mhm.
I watched the news. To my recollection, I don't even remember a father being mentioned.
Me
They
either.
Oh
were
To
yeah,
be
focused
honest
on,
with you.
they were focusing
telling
on
you
trying
all,
to get those
at
girls.
at the beginning, that's what I
Mm.
said. That first news, and when
Mhm.
they get to editing, but that first news, breaking news, that's what I love, because it ain't been touched, right? That's why I don't believe Reagan got shot. Okay,
Oh,
but
I don't
anyway,
believe that either.
Mhm.
but the
What was
yeah,
the name of this
so the
movie?
father.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's been so long ago,
Okay.
man.
I never knew of a movie.
Me either.
Well, yeah, but it's about the sisters, but I really don't recall, because we didn't have cable back then.
Yeah.
Uh, so
Mhm.
but
Okay.
they lived in an apartment, and when they showed the father, he was not Black,
Oh, yeah.
and they
Okay.
weren't together.
Well, like I
But
said, I never knew there was a father
I
involved.
didn't
But
either. I've
okay.
never heard anything
Oh
about a
yeah.
father ever.
Me
Oh
either.
yes,
So,
and they probably wasn't going to say it over and over again, because he was probably, was from another country, and their culture is different.
No, but
mhm.
they would have. But to me, they would have said it because it's always
They
a suspect of a parent kidnapping the children.
Yeah, you're
And
right.
that was that's
where I
always
got
the
it.
option.
That's where I got it from, because
Well,
of the news and the movie.
Mhm.
The father was from I don't want to call him Arab or whatever, but anyway, he was not a Black man. So
Mhm.
that's why they were like, he knew how to get the children out of the country.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yes.
Well,
So
that's the first I heard about a movie, but
me
yeah.
too.
yeah.
Getting back to
And
your point, Si, about Black people disappearing and what have you,
Black women in
that's a lot
particular.
of that child trafficking stuff going on, you know?
And
Well,
kidney
look,
and
Uh-huh.
internal organs taken.
Yeah.
that's what I was gonna say. Let me read to y'all what the internet says, because this is what I was telling you with Epstein Island. They said he was using the concrete trucks. They flew concrete trucks over there to build bunkers. So that's what he was doing. He wasn't trying to bury bodies. They were building bunkers, underground bunkers. So that's why he said he had cement trucks on the island, flew over there to do the concrete work.
Uh-huh. Yeah, right.
Of course, that's what he'd have to say.
That's what he says, right?
Black people be
Look,
skeptical.
let me tell y'all something. I've heard of I'm gonna say a couple of stories of Catholic churches that burned, and when they set the fire out, they found all these dead babies in the lower level. Now I'm getting ready to tell a joke. I know they should have been thinking like them and buried them under concrete instead of under dirt, because
But
they
But
do that.
they can radar through concrete too. So now ain't no escaping it when you talking about bones.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can penetrate. They got radar that'll penetrate
Well,
concrete.
I don't know, but at that time they weren't, I guess, not thinking about burying them. And the only one that was doing the cement was the mafia. You
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Mhm.
Now, but black women, the FBI website says 37%, almost 40% of all missing cases are black women. Black women.
mhm.
Mhm.
Almost 4 out of 10 is y'all. And
Yeah.
what I'm saying is to move other people, international people in our neighborhoods, we already are vulnerable by us not being as tight knit as we should be. Now you go
Right.
put people who can make a phone call to Venezuela. You know what I mean? Like that's vulnerability, big time, you guys. And we
That's true.
overexposed, big time.
And not only moving them, they moved them in. The Hispanics are, we talked about this last week. They're really taking over neighborhoods. And in a way, let me say this carefully. We've had abandoned buildings in our neighborhoods for eons. I mean, it took
Yep.
forever for them to
Yep.
tear them down.
Red X.
Well, these
Red
Mexicans are
X.
coming in. The Mexicans are coming in, buying them and fixing them up. They were
Mhm.
Yep.
available for us to get and buy. So
Yep.
I don't know where the blame is, but they're taking over
Yep.
our neighborhoods because we don't
So
want to live in Inglewood.
Right.
so yeah. And this
While I have this, you all, can I just tell you all the name of the movie is Disappeared, the Bradley sisters.
Never heard
Disappeared.
it. Let me write
Okay,
it down.
thank you.
documentary.
Thank
All right.
you. Disappeared.
What,
The
Yeah.
Bradley
did
sisters.
it say
Okay.
where they're showing it? Was that you, Terry? Did they say
Huh?
what station? Did it show what station it was on being shown on?
It was a true documentary, and
Mhm.
it was who vanished from their Chicago apartment in 2001. And
Mhm.
the film follows Detective Pam Chowles. Yep, that's that name. It was,
Mhm.
they're saying it was on, well, maybe you can get it on Discovery Plus and HBO Max now, maybe.
Mhm.
It's
Okay.
available for viewing on platforms like Discovery and HBO Max.
Okay.
So you can still,
I don't have either one of those. I don't have
Mhm.
either one. Okay. Thank you.
well, try YouTube. You never know. It might come up
Okay.
on YouTube.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's exactly.
Yeah,
Thank
it'd be
you.
on YouTube.
Everything
Yeah.
on go to YouTube. So
Mhm. Yep.
Okay.
YouTube.
always use.
YouTube got everything. You got to deal with the ads, but hey, at least you can see it.
I don't mind the ads really. It don't
Mhm.
bother me.
All right.
I want to say before you proceed, good afternoon, everyone. And Saran, today is a very good example of, regardless to who's in charge, what's going to happen at 1:00 on Fridays out of senior calls. I didn't get a text this time. I said, "Dang, they're not having a meeting." I went through my message 2 or 3 times. I said, "Wait a minute, let me go back to Judy's thing that she sent." I said, and I looked at both the messages. It was the same Zoom number. So I said, well, let me just click in on it because I know they should be there. So
I
this was just proof.
apologize. Thank you, Sister Pam. I didn't know who else to call but Teal. I don't know what's going on. I even tested it when I
You
sent
got a
it
new
in the
phone.
message.
Yeah.
And then I touched it. It let me come in and join. And then when I talked to Teal, she received it. So I say, well, maybe everybody else got it. So I don't know what's going on with
Okay,
my
well, it
Zoom.
was
It's a new
okay.
phone though, right? Isn't it new?
No, I don't have a new phone. That's why I say I don't know what is happening when I'm trying to send this Zoom now.
Okay, well, I'm saying it's okay because I had it from the previous weeks. I knew this was the time that we should be meeting.
Right.
So I got on because I knew this was the time. And that's what Saran has been telling us to remember,
Yes,
that it don't matter.
predictability.
As long as we get it in place, it's going to always
Predictability.
happen.
Predictability. Yep. You already
Yes.
know.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
indeed.
Mhm.
No,
Okay.
but look at the grid. Can y'all see 68th and Perry where they found the body at?
Yes.
Everybody can see it. Pam saw
Wait
it.
a
Can
minute.
y'all
I'm
see it?
trying to see. I'm trying to see where
Uh,
is it. Where the star is?
That's the exact block. Yes.
Okay, I see it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, y'all see how many houses on that block?
Can't really tell. Let's see which one is. That's the
You can
green. Let
zoom
me
in.
see.
Yeah, you can zoom in.
It's not. All I see is a black fence, and you can't tell how many houses are on the block. Really can't.
Can anyone else see? Because it like what
I see the whole thing, the whole flyer.
Yeah, Pam, you got to move your screen around because yeah, you can see the whole thing. You should be able
I
to see
see,
the whole
look,
thing.
I see the whole thing, but you're saying how many houses? I see one in a blue yard, a green yard, and the yellow yard, but it's not showing how many houses on the block.
No, you got to look on the block. Look on the actual blocks where the red star is, where it happened, where they found this body at.
So you saying how many houses so
Okay,
far? It looks like
23
I don't
buildings,
know, 10.
23.
There
I
you
thought
go.
you were
She just
saying
said
it's 23
23 buildings.
buildings. Okay,
Oh,
I got you.
23. Okay.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
not hardly enough. That's what's that's not even. Because how
But
many?
look at 67 the pair is even less, right?
Yep, 19.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I point that out to y'all for this reason here. So I'm finna come out of this. I'm finna show you guys something. I went yesterday over here on purpose to get an update. That was back in 2015. So this is the update right here, you guys. And this is why this is so important. We need to know block by block what's happening, who's who, what they're doing, all of that. Here we go, right here.
Mm-hmm.
Look how many houses have disappeared.
Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Mm-hmm.
7 buildings. Wow.
Well, it's probably double. I didn't get the east side because they were staring at me. I didn't feel like getting out talking, so I only did the left side. I'm gonna go back and get the right side because I was running to a meeting, so I ain't had time to talk to people.
Oh, okay.
But that's every single address on the left side of the all even numbers. That's every single address.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Wow.
Do y'all see this being important?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's there to. It's vacant. They can do what they want to do. You don't have a lot of eyes on you.
Pretty much.
It's not a lot. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
No, that don't mean it's vacant. Where you see vacant at?
No. I'm saying there's not a lot of eyes on the block. If we,
Okay.
If it was a full block, you got more people visible that could see some things.
Okay. Now look at this one.
Mm-hmm. Where is this?
That's a real vacant one. It say vacant. So I mean I can break in, take the pipes, I can, you know what I mean, drag somebody in there.
Right.
And 4454 is hazardous. So I mean it's wide open. It's a threat. A body can be in there right now. But this is what block by block looks like. What is happening? These are every single addresses on this block. So we can find out the Smiths is on 4441, the Johnsons on 4415. You get what I'm saying? That I just want y'all to know this is what a village looks like when we had that type of intel.
Yeah.
But 9 houses on one side of the street is not a full block. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 on the other side. It's more than 12. I see this is not Chicago. It's another city.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, you're saying count vacant lots. We don't count vacant lots. So
no. But right. But I'm saying a full block, fully inhabited, is not 9 houses. That's what I'm saying.
Right. 23 should be 40 houses on a typical block in Chicago.
So 20 houses on each side.
Yep. 23. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. But we know from the red X's back in the day, they've been tearing down, which I'm for that because a rape hazard is when you got a vacant structure that's open.
Right.
So I'd rather see a vacant lot than a structure that's wide open and anybody can be drugged in there.
Right.
Now remember that red X over there on 58th, 59th and Damon, when they got the flood of the illegal folks, they gutted rehab both of those houses. One had even caught on fire, but that red X was over there for years.
So where are the buyers?
Remember, we were informed that the red X does not mean it's going to be torn down.
Right.
We never found out. Right. We never found out. Yeah, that was both. Right. And here's what I can say confidently, even if CNN was watching this. It's wrong. Like Black neighborhoods in the United States of America are white collar crime scenes. Let me say that again. Black neighborhoods in the United States of America, because we wasn't never given reparations, are white collar crime scenes. Before I explain that, anyone disagree with that statement?
No, I don't.
Nope, I agree wholeheartedly.
The
Because they can
police,
come in our area at any time. We can't go in theirs, am I correct?
but
They can walk up
that's icing on the
in
cake.
the whole Black community and ain't nobody gonna bother them.
But
Right,
this is the
right?
other thing. But this is the other thing I see, which I've thought about all the time. Many of those houses that stood vacant were in a trust, white owners that let them sit there and crime happened on their properties. So I look
Yep.
at that side of it as
That's a
that's
part
a
of
white
it.
crime. Because yes,
Yeah, but
And
watch
that
this.
was
So when I
supposed to
say,
be, I'm sorry, that was supposed to be like the older person here when I was in the 16th ward, Shirley. She had asked us to give her the address of any house that was vacant so they could find out who the owner was, and also the owners of the lots, the vacant lots, before they put
right,
them up for sale.
right.
so now I hope you don't mean that the way you said it.
What you mean?
Because it's her law. It's their law passed that every property, if you're not living in it as an owner, you must have your name and phone number readily visible from the sidewalk. That's their
That,
law. That's the city
but
of
that's
Chicago
new.
law.
No, that's new. That's right. That's new.
That's about 15 years old. What do you mean that's
No,
new?
but they ain't never did it in our neighborhood. They really
Nope, I
don't.
ain't never seen no
I ain't
sidewalk.
not on no vacant lot. Now
Not
I
Not
on no
seen it on.
vacant
sidewalk. No,
lot.
no, no,
I've
no,
seen
not
it on.
sidewalk.
No, I've seen it on apartment buildings that are not vacant. They have to put their property manager on there and how to get in touch with. I haven't seen it on no vacant building ever,
Oh,
unless it's for
property
sale.
manager. Okay, the one that manages it. But
Right.
yeah, that's all I've seen on there. I ain't
Me
seen
too.
who owned anything.
No vacant
The
property.
owner, that
Right.
would be great if we knew who the owner was.
Right.
Well, but let me say this. Every time you buy or sell your house, that's public record. So anyone with an address, you can find out who owns it. But like Pam said, they can put it in a trust, then you won't know that. But I'm just saying, all real estate is public record. So we can always know who owns it unless it's in a trust.
Okay, but it's not publicized on the vacant property.
Oh, okay.
No,
So
no,
when
no,
it
that's
put in
the
a
law.
trust,
Yeah.
you can't get all that information, even when it's put
For
in
the
a
purpose
trust.
of the trust.
No.
Yeah, the purpose of
No.
the trust is to hide. That's the.
It's a blind trust.
Oh my God. Okay,
It's
we
a blind
talking
trust.
mob stuff again. Okay. Okay, here go the mob. Okay.
Yeah, but they don't want you. That's the whole benefit. So they can't come and take your property, sue you and take your property. So that's the whole benefit, which
Right.
we need to be talking about that, making sure we get our assets in trust. So that's a Black
That's right.
agenda item for us. So we want to follow that, Terry. That's a thing we want to follow.
Oh, well, I'm gonna have to get into that for real. Cause
Yeah.
I'm almost 75. I need to check. I need to do something there.
Yeah,
So
no,
what's
every
the answer?
every November. Yeah. So I was going to read you the exact ordinance number. I'm gonna have to. I can't ask AI because I'm on my phone with it. But the bottom line is that's a law that was passed a very long time ago, and it was intended for vacant properties to have that up there, and then over 6 units. But if you lived in the property, you didn't have to put it up there. That was the concession. This was, man, I want to say Mayor Daley time.
Okay.
So
right. Right.
Wow.
But what was the
Mm.
I said the vacant homes. Terry said whites coming in committing crime, but you said neither one. That's part of. So what's the answer? What is white collar crimes?
White collar crime.
neighbors?
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So it's everything. The first thing is I would say the number one thing is the redlining. That was
Okay.
racial. That was racially targeting us. The
Right.
red
Love
line
you.
saying that within this area here, when blacks move in,
Right.
we moving out. White flight,
Right.
meaning I'm taking taxpayer resources and I'm leaving this area.
Right.
Red line. And then the banks participated in that and said, "Yep,
Right.
Negro, you ain't getting nothing, you getting it." And then on top of that, the second mortgages, all of this stuff was hurt black people. Like every last one of these things was hurt a certain group of people. So just like any crime scene, you don't come into and contaminate the crime scene. You can't walk past the tape because your footprint might be perceived as you the person who did it and you didn't. So because all over this country, Atlanta, Detroit, blacks was forced to be redlined, To have Mexicans and others move in our neighborhood, what it does, it tramples on the crime scene. So now it dilutes our message of reparations, because now the community was 100% down for reparations. Now that the census came, now half the community saying, no, we about immigration. We ain't about reparations. So you just hurt the very us saying this neighborhood needs it. No, they made it work. They growing their own stuff. They doing their own thing, because they don't have the crime scene. They don't have the enemy attacking them like we do. So yeah, it looked like they made it. They came in and made it viable, but they also got an embassy helping them. They got people that might be involved with where the drugs come from. I hate to label them like that, but drugs come from Colombia through Mexico up to us. And so they might have that money to tap into. Like I said, they got the embassy money to tap into, and then they got the Democratic Party that is promoting and helping them. California is a perfect example that they literally had stuff just for Hispanics from housing standpoint. So you come in our neighborhood, how can I, as a human being, be happy for you to get access to money that I couldn't get access to? Like, and now you moving in my neck of the woods. How on earth how am I supposed to be excited for that? So what do y'all think about that?
Well, I'm gonna tell you one thing you didn't say about redlining. All the things that you said, but it also kept us out of certain neighborhoods. That was the main thing. They redlined so we couldn't go in. Now, I always struggle with this thing. You have the stakeholders, which we look at the people that come, the Commonwealth Edison, the grocery stores, whatever business. But we are more or less becoming the stakeholders and not the residents, because there has not been a community in Chicago other than when we came from the South. They had from Roosevelt to like 37th Street before it extended to 47th, and you had some areas on the west side. Every place else was always somebody else's neighborhood. And even I'm going to use Inglewood before the riots in 68. We may have lived in Inglewood, and it might have been 99.2% Black. But we didn't own none of those businesses. It was on 63rd, 69th, Halsted, all the shopping centers. We didn't own any of that. We may have had on interior streets a corner grocery store or something. But we
corner
didn't.
Store,
But those, the Jews and whites, the Jews and whites had 63rd and Halsted. That was the second largest shopping center in Chicago, next to downtown.
So you said the Jews and whites, that's the same.
But they're not. They don't want to be. I know they are, but they're not. Because every white person is not a Jew, and every Jew, you know what I'm saying?
But so you know what I'm saying, though, right?
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. So the white people had it. So how does that? What is your spin on that about the stakeholders versus?
Totally. I'm with you. No, I couldn't name everything, but I'm glad you clarified that. That's no disagreement at all. No disagreement at all. But the bottom line is, to me, and now when you assimilate into a community, like even when you come to a country, ideally you're coming in because you want to. Unlike us, we was forced, right? Some of us was forced here. So when you want to be a part of something, you're more open. So when you come into our community and you build a 6-foot privacy fence, that nothing says openness with that. That says, I don't want you looking in here. All right. So that's one. Then when you come and put a flag up, can you imagine Blacks moving on 62nd and Winchester and putting a red, black, and green flag up when whites were still there and they said, don't cross Damon?
Oh, no. Yeah, they bombed your house.
They would have killed you. They would have bombed your house.
Oh, that's right.
So to me, this is where I reconcile with my Hispanic brothers and sisters. You got to come in humbly. You got to come in with grace, saying, man, I thank God I can afford to be over here because a red line that made it cheap. I can afford to be over here. So let me be humble. Let me not come over here and put my flag up, letting you know I'm connected to my homeland and you not. Put my 6-foot fence up saying, keep me. Go ahead.
But that's not the lie they tell them when they come into our neighborhoods. Look, they have maligned Inglewood for the last 30 years. They've been trying to get the Black folks to move out. They done talked about it so bad. Some people say, well, I better move out of here if it's that bad.
Right.
So they're not coming over here they're coming to well, I'm going to just say this. Inglewood is in the heart of the city. It's in the heart of the city. You can get on the Halsted bus, go north outside, to Evanston, you can go south to the suburbs. You can get on, we got 4 Ls, 3 Ls, 2 Ls that will take us all over the city. It's ideal, but they haven't been able to run us out of here. So they're letting others come in and take it over.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Sister Pam, I have to agree with you on that because my mom lived on 56 in Paulina for many years, and it was just like it was black. Everywhere you went, it was black. The mom and pop stores were black. We could walk anytime, black. But now when I am at the Saturday meeting back in the day, and a Latino get up there and talk about they were born and raised in Inglewood. What Inglewood you talking about? You must be talking about Inglewood, California, because I'm telling you, all the years over there, I did not meet a Latino. Now, back in the 60s, when we moved north on Trumbull, 629 North Trumbull, it was Latino on the block who taught my younger sister and niece how to count in Spanish. So where were you in Inglewood?
They think when just, they're in New City on the other north of 55th Street. A lot of people that live north of 55th Street say they live in Inglewood. They think they don't know.
Right. Yeah, I get you that.
It's a mistake. They say that's what they think, but it's
not. Because north of 55th ain't nothing but the back of the yards. Well, that's what get me. Garfield is not Humboldt Park. That's Garfield is not Humboldt Park on the west side. They need to cut that mess.
No. Humboldt Park is on the northwest side.
But Humboldt they're claiming now that 629 North Trumbull is Humboldt Park now. It's not. It was Garfield Park. It was Garfield Park back in the day. When we lived over there.
North Trumbull. Y'all know that's why we go by zip codes, because all that stuff can change.
Right. And the zip code, And so that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm speaking about, zip codes. And 09 is back in the yards. It's not all of it. That Fuller Park, that's 60609. It's 55th, the north side of 55th Street separates one community from
09, right? 09 from 36 and 21.
Whether you're going south and west, whatever it is, because it's 53 when you go further east. So, but 55th Street divides it.
That's the border. Yep. Same way 70. Same way 75th is for the border, next border.
Yes. Every 80, every number that is in a 5, divides.
Yeah. But y'all, let's go back to the premise, because again, and especially with Cinco de Mayo and stuff like this, Black people love everybody. So we could be clear with that. We ain't never racist and trying to hurt nobody. We help everybody. But it's like you're continuing to step in on us. And so when we talk about historical societies of each of our neighborhoods, because we see it in Gary, and the lady is on she's talking about Gary got all these corrupt people. She's Hispanic. You shouldn't say that, even though it's true. You shouldn't say that, because this is an 83% Black city. We know it's corruption. We handling that. But for you to just come in the door and now you calling them out makes it seem like you feel like you're a part of someone else, like you're a bigger fish and you can come in here and tell us little fish what to do. So I'm mad at our corrupt people too, but I handle that. I don't need you coming in telling us what's what. We know what's what. We not slow. But that's the arrogance, unfortunately, of people who don't respect our struggle, our history, and how they even got here.
They don't. And we have to honor our heritage. I was talking to Ricky earlier, and that's my grandson, you all. And, he's really becoming woke, as